deletes.
Tallow
Oh,
submissions
go ahead. Sorry.
are due. Tallow submissions are...
Cut. Go. Action. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Michigan HOSA. We are excited to give you a couple of updates. All the updates? Not all the updates yet. But we have learned that there will be a release of new guidelines. So the old guidelines, null and void, please ignore those. But there will be a new set that is released. They said that they'll be released here in a couple of days or today, possibly tomorrow. I don't know. But they're coming soon. We'll let you know as soon as they come out, probably through another synapse. So there could be another synapse sent again, maybe over the weekend. We're not entirely sure. So stay tuned to your email inbox. Sam, what do you got?
So in case you missed our last synapse and video, the ILC 2020 is now a virtual conference in the comfort and safety of your home. It is still the same dates, June 24th through the 27th. And the registration deadline for Michigan HOSA is May 15th.
You may see things that say the deadline is May 22nd. The reason we are saying May 15th is because, number one, we just want you to, if you know you're registering for the conference, please do so immediately. Because Michigan HOSA bumps, which means if first, second, or third does not attend the ILC Leadership Conference, that means we go on to the fourth place person. If fourth or third, the point is we get 3 slots and we want to use every one of them. So if you know you're not going to participate in the International Leadership Conference, highlight yourself as red and we will go on to the next person.
On the bump sheet that was sent out after state.
Correct, on the bump sheet. One thing I do want to point out is do not mark yourself as green if you're not one of those 3 people. If you're saying, I'm 8th place and I will go if the other people don't, that's great. Don't mark yourself until you're eligible. If you're 4th place and you know that first, second, or third is not going, and you realize that and you're still thinking about it, highlight yourself yellow. But if you're not eligible to go, if you're not one of those 3 people, do not highlight yourself at all.
Again, we mentioned this in the last video, but there will be a way to register for this virtual conference as a chapter, like you normally do for all other conferences, and it's this exact same process. But there will also be an individual registration component due to the interesting, unique landscape that we're in right now. So if your advisor is not going to register you personally, then you can register yourself and you can pay right then and there with a credit card.
We've been given the link for that, but it's not live yet. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. And it's also important to remember that even though this is a virtual conference, it's still, like you said, with the bumping, or you still have to be eligible to go. So at the end of the day, Mark and I go through and validate whether or not this person is supposed to be registered or not. So don't think if you're seeing this that you can just register for the ILC and take a test and potentially win. But it is also important to know that if you would like to do the National Geographic
Academic Testing Center.
Okay, so there's a ton of tests that you can take that you don't have to be registered for ILC for, and it's $10 a test. If you are registering for ILC, 2 of those National Geographic tests are complimentary to your registration.
Here's an interesting tidbit. The test this year will be open book, open note. So yes. If you're taking any one of the tests, have your notes already prepared and ready to go, and your books highlighted and tagged and all that other stuff, so that if you can reference those answers as quickly as possible, that's what everybody else can do as well.
For teams, though, team tests, the only thing that's different is that you will have to schedule yourselves to take the test within 60 minutes of each other. And because they will be time stamped, and National HOSA will be monitoring that. So if you are doing a team, you'll just have to coordinate with each other. You'll have a 24-hour time period to do it. So just make sure that you're paying attention to the rules. And again, all of that will be sent out when they come out. But that's just what we know.
Right. We do have a copy of the agenda, not specific to events, but certainly specific to certain meetings and when the opening session will be, when awards will be, when certain awards will be given out. We have all the times for that, which we will include in this synapse as well. But as far as when the specific events will take place, we'll have to get back to you on that. And this question came up 100 times in the last synapse that we sent out. How do people evaluate skills? How will they do that? The answer is we don't know. We are waiting for the guidelines to come out. So stand by on that one.
TALO submissions are due June 1st.
June what?
1st.
June 1st for TALO. Okay, great.
Apparently it's where because middle school you can't sign up for TALO because you're too young. So anything from middle school they have to submit through WooFoo.
Why don't you say that?
So again, that information I'm sure will be on the middle school guidelines for all of the events. Middle school does not upload to TALO; they upload to WooFoo.
Also, the National Health Consortium, or the Consortium for National Health, not sure which one that goes, they have some free webinars that you can be a part of. We're going to link those below as well.
And that's
the HOSA Way.
And then there's like WooFoo.
What is WooFoo?
I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it right, but WUFOO. WooFoo. WooFoo.
WooFoo.
WooFoo.
WooFoo.
Woo. WUFOO.